I'm Dwight Gow and you're watching Newcastle Fan TV.
Hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We're just finished off with a podcast. We're just going to be talking with Strawberry Pub. If you didn't guess already, there'll probably be an ambulance that'll go off during the video as it normally does. But we're just here to talk about, well, a bit of transfers in the game on the weekend on Sunday, live on Sky, the Swansea fixture. So let's ask the gang. Transfers generally, what's your mood now? Have you calmed down a little bit, Will?
A bit. I mean, every time, just having done the podcast, it's sparked all the fury up again. I think I ranted a little bit, not as much as you, but yeah, I kind of
that much.
Ranted less than you did.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think hopefully it's all kind of calmed down and we can kind of put it behind us, forget about it until January, because I really lost my head over doing all your transfer rumour videos. It does my nut in the transfer window, and we can just focus on games in hand now.
Yeah, I think it's time to focus on the game, forget transfers, as annoying as they were, or lack of transfers. Just focus on the game. I'm looking forward to it off the back of West Ham, but I'm also still nervous because Swansea, although the names have let go, they have improved via Sanchez, which is worrying that they could attract names like that. But no, I'm not going to talk about transfer. But yeah, I think we should be definitely able to get a point, hopefully. Away from home, we'll possibly could get the win, optimistically. But I'd settle for the draw.
Well, since you've obviously talked about Swansea, we may as well talk about Swansea a little bit, how they might line up and stuff. When you guys you see the strength, I don't know about that. I think because they lost Sigurdsson and they lost Llorente as well. That's a big two players. That's their best two players. Yes, they brought in Renato Sanchez, but he's not proven. He went to Bayern Munich. Yes, I know Bayern Munich's a different, completely kettle of fish. I don't think they've strength. I think they're worse. I generally think that they're worse than what they are. So taking 15 goals away from your midfielder and losing your striker, the second half of the season banged in over 10 goals from January to May, which effectively kept them up. So I think they're in the worst position. I don't think they're strengthened. Will.
I think it's an interesting one with Swansea, because you can say they arguably lost their. Well, they did. You can't arguably say they lost Sigurdsson. They lost their most creative player by a long way in Llorente, who was Mr. Reliable when it came to scoring, kind of got 15 goals completely under the radar. But I think they seem to have changed their system a bit, gone with a three at the back, using wing backs as their main creative outlet, and they're pretty good in that regard. And that midfield three of Klukas, Sanchez, Tom Carroll, Leroy Fair's another one they've got in there. I think that's a really solid base that they've got, and it's yeah, they are good. I think Klukas is an incredibly underrated player, and I think he definitely drew a lot of praise. Renato Sanchez, from what I've seen of him, he's sort of ready-made for the Premier League, though. You can say that, and it's still true that he's unproven, but he's strong, he's difficult to get off the ball, he's kind of can do a bit of everything. And Wilfred Bonney will always cause problems with his strength and his hold-up play.
Will he be fit?
He might be, he might not be. We can't really say. But and for Stoke, he was relatively unimpressive. That's another thing you can say as well. But yeah, he does cause problems just being a big target man. They always cause problems. And Tammy Abraham's looked decent. He's looked all right in the first few games. But what was it? They didn't have a shot on target in their first two.
And then Man United, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they played a poor Crystal Palace team. So it could be a difficult game. It could not be. I mean, I feel as though we're kind of in the same boat as we were against Huddersfield for this one.
Could.
What's the score prediction then?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
So yeah, if you offered it now, I'll take a point, because going all that way,
Yeah.
it's a long way. If you give us a point now, I'll take it, even though it's Swansea, because picking up points away from home was crucial. How do you think this will line up? Because we know that the likes of Yedlin's back, Les Yuen's back, fitness permitting. Will they start? Will they not? Will they go on the bench first and maybe bring on, in particular, Yedlin during the game, introduce him, maybe play him right wing, possibly, if he comes off the bench. And John Joe Shelby against his old side, I don't think he'll start I don't think Rafa will go for him. I think he'll have him on the bench, teach him a bit of a lesson. And obviously the Boo Boys will be out on Swansea because they left on bad terms. We'll go with the 4-2-3-1. Hostler up top, Will?
Yeah, I think so. I think after the whole Gale thing, we didn't talk about it in the podcast. Nearly left for Fulham. Apparently, there's some sort of an attitude issue. He's been difficult over this sort of hamstring problem that he's had. I think Joselu impressed against West Ham. His movement was great. Obviously scored as well. Kept himself busy and looked like a good lone striker, which is something you can say Gale's critical of, in the fact he can't really play up there on his own in the Premier League. So I think Joselu definitely starts. The only one that I can see being changed is Manquillo, swapped out for Yedlin as a potential starter if he is fully fit, but I expect all the players that are back to be on the bench.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think Joselu I would put him as a number 1 striker for us. Mitrovic being banned, Gale, whatever he's doing, trying to cause mischief. I'd play Joselu. I think past few games, I think he's been brilliant, to be honest. I would play him.
Okay, right, cool. So how are we going to win this game then? This is an interesting one. I think how we'll set up, I think that we'll go with very, very deep. I think we'll play Atsu, although Aaron's was great against Forest, didn't play last game out. Richie on the right. I've got the funny feeling, he might go Diame just to keep the ball. Because we'll see. I think they'll go Joselu.
A bit more of like a 4-3-3.
Yeah, I think it's trying to keep the ball a lot more and hit them on the counter. The more that Newcastle keep the ball, obviously the more that we'll have more chances of scoring. But I think it'll hit them on the counter. I think that's how we'll set up. How would you set up?
I agree with that. I think we'll go. I think you can't really debate what formation we're going to go with.
Because we know what it is.
Yeah, it is. No matter how much we plead, we know what it's going to go with. Swansea, a little bit more unpredictable. I think they are going to go with the wing backs, and if they do, that gives us an outlet to counter attack on. So hopefully get them to put the pressure on and drag them out of position and then counter attack against them. Particularly Christian Atsu, I think, with his pace, because I think their one is it Angel Rangel? Is their right back?
He's aging.
Yeah, so I think that could be a good target for us to go with. I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least, to have Joselu against 3 centre backs. But I think that's probably the best way we're going to win this game, because, because Swansea, they're not like Tottenham. They're not, they're not the best team, despite the fact I do think they're probably level par with what they were last season in terms of how strong their squad is. I think we can.
Jefferson Montero's not playing because he destroys us every time.
Very, very true. So I think we definitely can get something out of this game, but I think it's probably going to be counter-attack, seeing as we're just purely by the fact we're away from home.
Yeah, I'd go counter-attack again. Away from home, it's the only way you can play it.
Would you change anything? Would you change anything in that lineup what Rafa would normally go for?
If Yedlin's fit, I'd stick Yedlin on. Yeah, that would probably be it.
Shelby?
Oh no, I'd keep him out. Teach him a lesson. Yeah. Seriously, I think lately the way our players have been going on the pitch and the aggressiveness, they're getting banned from games. Well, Shelby didn't need to do what he did. We were comfortable in that game. Same with Mitrovic. It's in situations where we're comfortable in games. For situations where they shouldn't even be getting annoyed, really. So it's just stupidity, in my opinion.
Yeah, Mitrovic misses the game. Right, so coming up this week, we have this one. She'll be doing an individual video. I don't know if you want to do an individual, Will.
I'll try and think of something.
You'll think of something. And then I think we've got a Swansea fan coming on as well. He's been on Twitter messaging us as well. So we've got the opposition preview, the whiteboard video. Obviously, we've got seeing the Bradley Larry video now. So get involved in that, 24th of October. Links in the description. Please donate for a good cause. We'll also talk about you're covering Newcastle. I'll be covering Swansea as well, a little bit more in depth. But hopefully we'll get at least a point. Give us a score prediction, everybody. You said 2-1, didn't you?
Yep, 2-1 Newcastle.
1-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1 draw. Let us know what you think in your comments down there below. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.